I would absolutely love to spend the rest of my life with Kaitlyn.
So nice to see you.
I feel so strong about Shawn.
The most controversial season of The Bachelorette has finally come to an end, and Kaitlyn has found love in a hopeless place. Today's episode of Clevver Newsfeed is brought to you by T-Mobile. In what may be the most dramatic season of The Bachelorette yet, Kaitlyn has finally found love. Hopefully. While this season was full of tears, confessions, and awkward encounters. And we finally know who the last man standing was. Now, if you have not tuned in yet for this finale, you may want to cover your ears and eyes because we're gonna break it all down, spoilers and all. All right, the episode kicked off with Kaitlyn and her two remaining beaus, Nick and Shawn, and they packed their bags in Utah to head back to the Bachelorette mansion in Malibu, where Kaitlyn will potentially become engaged. Kaitlyn's family awaited her arrival at the mansion, and as a confident Nick steps out of the car, Kaitlyn warns him that her family knows about him and his past season antics with previous Bachelorette Andi, in which Nick's confidence is completely shot. Kaitlyn's family wastes zero time grilling him.
Why are you here, Nick?
Wow, off the bat, out of the gate.
Relax, honey, relax. Rub her down.
That's a fair question.
So what made you decide to do this?
Nick also reveals to Kaitlyn's father that he has, quote, fallen for every part of her, which may be a little bit of TMI considering their rendezvous in Dublin. But rest assured that after Nick and his shockingly charming ways assured the family that he in fact is here for Kaitlyn. To top off the notably uncomfortable family confrontation, Nick sends Kaitlyn away with an open-eyed kiss to seal the deal. Next, it's Shawn's turn to be put through the family ringer. He comes prepared though, bearing an overwhelming amount of gifts, which immediately win the family over. The next morning, there is a knock at each of the suitors' doors where they were greeted by Neil Lane, hello, and his suitcase filled with rings worth more than my life savings and my college tuition ×2. Who am I kidding? ×3 or 4 probably. They each picked out a ring and continued to get all dressed up to propose to the same girl. So awkward. Kaitlyn wore a stunning cream gown and she was standing on a platform over the pool that half of her suitors drunkenly jumped into at some point or another throughout this season. And we all know that the very first man out of the limo will soon be taking a ride back home in the Depression Mobile, as Clint put it. Nick delivered a heartfelt speech to Kaitlyn and began to get down on one knee until she completely stops him. And cue the painfully awkward breakup speech. So the pain is now over for viewers, not exactly Nick, and Shawn makes his way down the rickety wooden boards topping the bachelor pool, where he makes his lovey-dovey speech, and Kaitlyn, who I'm assuming producers gave her the act like you're about to break up with him acting lesson, agreed with Shawn, saying, "You light me up and you make me laugh out loud."
Oh my God.
They then ride away in what could only be a black Uber van, and only time will tell if they live happily ever after. So not only did Kaitlyn send an accidental Snapchat of her and Shawn a couple of weeks ago revealing that he was the winner of the show, but he seemed to be the obvious choice all along, and we could not be happier for the still engaged couple. So what do you guys think about Kaitlyn's choice in choosing Shawn? Did she make the right decision? Sound off in the comment section below, and after that, if you're dying to change the subject here, you can click right here in this box for a list of 13 celebrities who quit social media. It's a terrible decision. I'm Erin Robinson on Clevver, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to click to the left to check out 5 trends from the 90s that are totally making a comeback, and click to the right to see some of the weirdest hairbrushes you can find. And thanks again to T-Mobile for sponsoring today's newsfeed episode.